Before we can actually start configuring the data source and all the other configuration needed, we need to install PostgreSQL JDBC driver. So this is an open source JDBC driver written in pure Java, and it basically allows Java programs to connect to a PostgreSQL database using standard database independent Java code. So in here, you'll see that basically this is a way that you can use a simple query to select from a table. Now, we're not going to use this in specific because we're going to use Spring Data JPA, but we still need to have this driver because Spring Data JPA depends on it. So to install it is as simple as opening the POM file. So let's open up the pom.xml, and within pom.xml, under dependencies, so literally anywhere. So I'm just going to put it at the top here. It doesn't really matter the order. So under dependencies, we need to have the driver. So I'm going to say dependency, and this will be PostgreSQL, and this should come from org.postgresql. Cool. Then one thing that I'm going to change this, I'm going to say that the scope for this is runtime. So we need this dependency only during runtime. Nice. Now let's reload Maven changes, and there we go. The next dependency that we need is Spring Data JPA. So as I said, we're going to use JPA, which pretty much allows us to map Java classes to database tables, and then we can use a class to directly interact with our database without having to write any SQL code. Now, Spring Data JPA is part of the larger Spring Data family, which makes it easy to implement JPA-based repositories. So this module really, it's a wrapper that enhances support for JPA-based data access layers. So I actually have an entire course on Spring Data JPA, but for now, follow along because what we're going to cover should be easy to grasp. So to install Spring Data JPA, we need to go back to our pom.xml, and after the driver, let's add yet another dependency, and this time this will be spring-boot-starter-data JPA, and this comes from org.springframework.boot. And cool, so this is pretty much what we need. Let's reload Maven changes, and job done. Next, let's add the required configuration for connecting to our database from within our Spring Boot application.